Hey there, mathematicians. This week in your rotation, we're going to be practicing with division. So we're going to talk about the different parts of division and what division really means, and then we're also going to learn two different strategies that mathematicians use in order to figure out the answer or the quotient of a problem. So these two strategies are ones that we're going to go more in depth with as we continue with our division unit. But I want to give you a chance to see both of them today and practice them in part 2 and 3 of your rotation. So, division review, here we go, let's do this. Remember that mathematicians use division to separate amounts into equal groups. So whenever we think division, we start with a number, and we need to figure out how many groups we're going to split that number into in order to decide how many are going to belong in each group. So that number that we start with is called the dividend. In this case, it's 24. So we have 24 things that we need to divide 6 ways, and that's called the divisor. So we want to put those 24 things into 6 equal groups. That's the divisor. And then our quotient is the answer. That's how many are inside of each group, or how many groups there are. So we're going to connect this to the picture now. We have 24 total objects. Those are the little pink squares. And there's 24 in this picture. I've put them equally into 6 groups, and then there's 4 total pieces in each group, so that is our answer. So this one matches really well with the fair share model that we're going to learn next. So with fair share, we're taking an amount, 48, and dividing it into 6 groups. So to do that, I would need 6 groups. So I'm going to pull over these green circles to make 6 groups. So there's 3 groups. And I need a total of 6. So I'm going to make another row of 3. So now I've got 6 groups. It looks like 7, but this is just for extra groups if I were to want them. So I'm just going to leave that off to the side and not worry about it. And then I have 48 smileys that I need to fit inside of these groups. So I can just go through and I can include one at a time into each of these groups. So I would like for you to think about how you would solve this using maybe a toolkit in your toolbox, maybe using Braining Camp, maybe using your desk, and help me decide what you think the answer is for 48 divided by 6. And you can check your thinking with mine in just a moment. Go ahead and enter your thinking into PlayPosit now. So let's continue on. I've got 6 in each one, and we'll check our answer now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. So we've got all 48 in these groups. Now we need to decide how many are in each group. Well, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each group has 8 smileys. So our answer is 8. This is the fair share strategy. Now I've got the same exact problem and we're going to learn the repeated subtraction strategy. And what's happening here is we're taking away groups of 6 and that helps us determine how many groups there are when we do 48 divided by 6. So this circle here captures 6 hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6. We need to continue to make groups until we get to 48. So there's 6, 12, and I'm going to keep going. Go ahead and think about what you think the answer is and type that into PlayPosit now. Okay, let's check together. There's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48. Now, if we count how many groups there are, we're able to decide what the quotient is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. So if you typed in 8, you're absolutely correct. Now, both of these are the same exact division problem, 48 divided by 6. But the way we solve them is a little bit different. And you're going to see in the coming days that there are different problems that call for different strategies. Sometimes we need to use the fair share strategy so that it matches the problem. Sometimes we need to use the repeated subtraction because that matches the problem. But 48 divided by 6 is always 8, no matter which strategy we choose to use to solve. So today in your rotation, or later this week, you're going to move to part 2 and 3, and you're going to practice this fair share strategy, just like I did, and this repeated subtraction strategy, just like I did. Once you've done that, you're going to be really good at both of these strategies and be ready to learn when it's the right time to use the different strategies. Go ahead and move to part 2 now to practice, and then after part 2, move to part 3, and you will become an expert. Have fun!